Hi, I'm Corinne and we're here at Dee's today to learn how to make this beautiful mesh flower. It is done using the 21-inch wide geomesh. It has two parts to it. We're going to learn how to make these petals today, and then you're going to do the traditional loops in the center, and then we have these great flower centers that you can use to finish it off. And then of course you always want to make a bow and add it on at the end. So to create this wreath, we're going to need the smallest work wreath that we have. Don't worry about the color of these because they're not going to show, they're going to be hidden on the inside. So you'll lay it out, you want to separate all of your little twist ties, and then you're going to go ahead and cut all of your mesh into squares. So it's a 21 by 21 inch square. The easiest way to create that is to take your mesh, pull it out. It helps to have something to hold it down, and then fold it into a triangle, and then cut along that edge, and you'll get a perfect little square every time. So then you will take those squares, fold them into a triangle, like so. Fold one corner down to the bottom, the other corner down to the bottom, like so. And then we're going to gather from this point to this point, like so. And then you get this lovely little petal. Now we've got a lot of excess here, so we're going to cut that off. I leave about 2 inches from my gather to the end. And then we want to open this up and place this in the twist tie and twist it.
Thank you so much.
Now we're going to put 2 of these in every single twist tie. So for some people, the easiest way to do this is to go ahead and make 2 petals. So while you're holding this one in your hand, you're going to go ahead and do the second one. Gather. And then you can do them both at the same time. Cut off all your excess. You'll want to have good scissors for this because you're cutting through a lot of mesh. So, the key to this wreath is to make sure that you get these twist ties really, really tight. If you have trouble doing that, you can always take some floral wire and tie this super tight before you get started, and then place it into that twist tie and then twist it tight. And then I just take my excess and push it in between the bars of the wreath. Okay? So we're going to do that all the way around, 2 of them in every single one. And so you can see, if you wanted to, you could alternate with 2 different colors. Like I said, if you have extra mesh, so you could do pink and purple, or you could throw some leaves in there if you wanted to in the back, and use a little bit of green. White and pink would be really cute too. Oh, and this is the one I started with. I'm going to need to add another one in there.
That's okay. I'll let these in there. Oh, Leo, I bought a new one.
So now we're ready to tuck everything in. So we're just going to take these twist ties, make sure they're nice and tight, and then just like we did with the ends of the geomesh, we're going to tuck them underneath of the bars of the wreath. All right, so for the last row, let's fluff these petals up a little bit. We're just gonna put one in each one. So do your fold and your gather. Cut off the excess just the same. And twist that tight into the twist tie. And it definitely helps to go ahead and cut all of your mesh before you get started. You're actually going to end up using about a roll and a half. This is the last one. And then as you can see here, we're going to have these little gaps in between. So we're going to fix that with our loops. So we've already got a pretty nice looking flower here. And then we're going to go right on top of those petals, and we're going to take this mesh from corner to corner, fold it in, so each corner gets folded into the middle, and then gather it. You're going to leave a short little tail about 3 inches or so, and then we're going to just place this right on top of one of these inner twist ties and twist. We're going to make much smaller loops than you normally do when you're doing a geomesh wreath. So keep those ends tucked to the inside. It makes a nice little small loop. And then fill in those gaps.
Most everyday items are 30 days.
Cut off, leave about 3 or 4 inches, and then tuck it down into the mesh. You really don't want that to show, so push it all the way down in there. All right, so now we want to go back and just kind of fluff the wreath up, because not all of the petals are going to cooperate at first. You got to kind of open them up a little bit until you have a nice little flower. Now you could technically leave it like this and just tuck these twist ties down into the bottom so that you don't see them, but we're going to put a little center in the middle here. So to do that, we want to take these twist ties, bring them all in towards the center, and I'm going to take them and twist them around each other. So I'm not pulling really hard, but I just want to make a nice little base to put my center into. So get them all tucked out of the way. You don't want any of them to show. And then we carry these great little centers. They're just $3.99. I kind of give it a little bit of a tap, get some of this excess off. And then we're going to put hot glue on this edge here and in the middle. And then we're going to glue that, and you're really going to have to hold this for probably a minute or two to make it stay. And I'm putting quite a bit on, and then some in the middle where it's going to stick to those twist ties. And then you don't want to get it on the mesh, so you want to kind of push the mesh out of the way a little bit, and then we're going to hold it on here. Alright, so once you have your flower finished with the center, and it's all beautiful, we're going to make it even more beautiful by adding ribbon to it. So I have picked the pink polka dot, the black gingham, and the green and white buffalo check. I make a short tail, so this is about 6 inches, and pinch, twist, and bring it in to create a loop, like so. And then we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Pinch and twist, so you have a loop on one side of your thumb and a loop on the other side of your thumb. This other tail, we're going to keep it a little bit longer, just like we do when we do our accent bows. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other two ribbons. So place it right on top of the other bow, pinch and twist so that the back side of the ribbon is showing, and then bring that down into a loop. So there's one loop, pinch and twist, and there's the second loop. And you can leave these the same size, or you can cut them a little bit different size to give it some interest. And then we're going to bring our last one in. Pinch and twist, pinch and twist. And I'm going to leave this one a little bit longer than the others so I can curl it. So then we're going to take the cloth covered floral wire, place it in the center of the bow, and we're going to tie this so that all of our tails with the V-cut. And this one, we're going to take it and roll it up on itself, like so, and then pull the tail out and you get a nice cute little curl. Then I'm going to take our wires. Now this takes a little bit of maneuvering. You have to get these wires down in here to go through the frame so that you can tie it on here. Then we're going to flip it over. So you can see I've got one coming from the inside, one coming from the outside. And then we're going to twist this on here nice and tight. Several times. Cut off your excess. And then fluff up your bow. Then you have this beautiful flower for your door. Then the other thing that you can do is you can do this with other projects as well. So we have a 4th of July version this year. This is done on the larger, well, the medium size work wreath. It's done the same way. You have 2 petals in each twist tie. The blue is going to be all blue, but then when you get to the twist ties for your red and white, you're going to have a red and a white in each one. And then you still do the loops in the middle. You make them a little bit bigger, closer to the same size that you normally use, and then you don't have to put anything in the center because that's going to hide all of that. So that's how you make petals using GeoMesh. Don't forget to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks, have a good day.